Today we're just doing a nice and chill get ready with me. I have some newer makeup products, a lot of older makeup products. I have the new Refa holiday set brushes that I want to try out. Just hopefully a good old-fashioned makeup time. So if that sounds interesting to you, let's go ahead and do the YouTubey things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's zoom on in and put some makeup on. Let's go ahead and get going on putting some makeup on. I just honestly love filming get ready with me. So my favorite. I picked up the Tower 28 Dreamy Gleamy Gloss Duo. This is their holiday lip jelly set. You guys know I love these. So this one is coconut, which I have used up a complete one of these already. This is actually my favorite shade of the Tower 28 glosses. It's like a Your Lips But Better kind of nourishing lip gloss. It's not sticky or anything, but I just find that this kind of makes it look like you have something on your lips, but it's not like too over the top or too overdone or anything. And then this one is a new shade. So this is called Dream, and it's like a rose gold kind of sparkly lip jelly. So I'm gonna pop this one on while I'm, doing the rest of my makeup and see what it kind of looks like. I mean, it's pretty. It's like a clear gloss with just an ever so slight kind of sheen to it. The thing that I like about this though is that even though it's like shiny and it looks like it has glitter in it, you can't feel it, because I had to stop using the Mecca Beauty Celine gloss because the glitter flecks in it were just like irritating to the lips. So I appreciate that this one isn't irritating. Let's go ahead and prime the lids first. I'm going to take my Makeup by Mario eye primer today, and we'll just quickly prime the lids. You've seen me do this 1,000 times. Now I'm just dipping into the powder part of this primer. I'm a little bit excited for today's eyeshadow that we're trying out because I wanted this palette when it got released, and I just kind of missed the boat, and then I saw that they had the singles available. So this is the Glaminatrix, is it just Nocturnal palette, I think it's called. So the actual, originally when this got released from Glaminatrix Cosmetics, it came in like a palette. So I'll pop a picture like here for you guys so you can see it. And I'm guessing that they've sold out of like the actual palette containers but still have shadows, because they make the shadows themselves. So they actually are selling like the Nocturnal bundles. I'm pretty sure that was what the palette was called, online for 70 Australian dollars. And I was like, that's actually awesome. I really don't mind if it's in a palette or not. That doesn't bother me. I've actually been wanting to start my single shadow collection anyway, so it worked really well for me. And they're already done up and made. So I literally got this within 3 days, which was awesome. Granted, I live in the same state as the brand itself. Also, I forgot to say, I will put a picture of swatches in here for you now, just so that you can see the palette swatched out. I'm gonna start with a Refa 16, and I'm gonna go into, I just have no idea what to do. Let's just start with this shade and see how we go. Okay, let's just start. I'm just gonna start by swirling this into the outer corner, and I'll slowly bring it inward. I'm just blending and squiggling this out. It's going on absolutely lovely. It's kind of like one of those pukey poopy colors, and I really like it. And blending very beautifully so far. Reminds me of the exact same formula that's in the Nearly Natural palette. I kind of mentioned I'm starting to build up my single shadow collection. I'm gonna try and finally, I've tried every year for the last 2 years to get some Davina Cosmetics shadows on Black Friday, but they sell out so quickly that I always miss out, even when I'm like on time. So I'm gonna try and get some of them this year. I just would like to have a single shadow collection, not that I need them, but because I really like the idea of like creating my own palettes and color stories and kind of showing you guys and just having some fun and creative kind of outlet on my channel that's not just like a pre-bought palette. I love pre-bought palettes. I'm not going to stop buying pre-bought palettes, but I would also like to try some indie branch singles and like kind of build up a single shadow kind of collection as well. It's something that's kind of always interested me, and then Pat McGrath kind of captured my attention for a really long time. Got my eye on some Cleona ones too. They seem really lovely. The shadows that I kind of want at the moment are completely sold out, so I'm just keeping my eye on for when they come back into stock. My friend Patty raves about Cleona, so I definitely need to to give them a go. Let's take a Refa 2. Let's go into this blue and see how this goes. I just want to try some of the colors just to see, because these are hard colors to formulate. I mean, even this kind of pukey poopy color is hard to formulate. So yeah, I'm just interested. I do want to try this one, so I'll try this. Let me know if you want to see more looks with this one. This color actually reminds me of what's in the U Beauty palette. Let's just pack it onto the outer corner first. That's actually not doing too bad. Just going back into that first color. I've made this murky just by the colors that I've chosen here. I wouldn't define this by the shadows if I'm honest. Now I'm gonna go into a little bit of the black actually. Let's see how this performs. This is a Refa 14, just a little bit. This is a really pigmented black. Now for the fun part, we're going to start moving into the metallics. I'm going to take my Intensify stick, just pick this up on a little shader brush, and I'll lay this down over the lid, probably about 3/4 I think. I'm going to take a Refa 2 and go into this blue shade, because I just think this might tie that second shade we used in a little bit. Now these are all duochromes, I'm pretty sure. So we'll see if we can pick the shift up on camera. I'm just gonna tap this into the outer corner. Honestly, have I done a terrible job blending these mattes into my crease? Absolutely. Is this the shadow's fault? Absolutely not. This is the colors I chose. It was a me decision. But I decided to keep rolling with it instead of taking, sorry, someone's trying to call me. I decided to keep rolling with it instead of taking it off, because I want to show you guys how you can still try and make something work for you even if you make a mistake and you're like, oh gosh, I've turned down a wrong road here. Sometimes you can just still push through. So it might not be the best look I've ever created, but I reckon we can make this work. Now, this shadow is reminding me of the blue shade out of Subversive from Pamela. This is really pretty. I'm just gonna pick up this flat shader brush from Jessup. Let's go into this one right here. Oh wow, this is very pretty. This is beautiful. These are really lovely metallics, my goodness. Wow. Holy, how incredible. My goodness, that looks so cool. Wow. I'm just going to pick up the Refa 14 in the black and just tap that into the outer corner a little bit too. I wouldn't say the blend that I've got with the mattes is the best ever, but I genuinely, hand on heart, that is not the eyeshadow's fault, because they actually blend it out nice. It's just that the colors I've created probably are a little bit mucky, and I kind of knew that when I was using the shade, but I just, curiosity won out and here we are. Let's go ahead now and do our base though, shall we? For primer, I'm gonna use my Tatcha Silk Canvas. I think it's up already. If it's not, it is coming like in the next couple of days. I did this video where it was like called Makeup I Regret Buying. I'm just taking this on my LYS foundation brush, by the way. And in it, I talked about I regret buying this primer because I just kind of wasn't getting the use out of it. I didn't really necessarily think that I enjoyed it as much as, say, my other primers that I have in my collection. And then on the day, my skin looked so insanely beautiful, in my opinion, and wore so well that I was like, I'm going to experiment with this and see if it's potentially the primer. So I haven't stopped using the primer since, and that was about 3 weeks ago I filmed that video, because I film really far in advance due to my work schedule. And my skin has looked amazing every day, regardless of the foundation I've used. So I take it back. I'm now in love with it. I'm gonna try the Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation today. I haven't used it in a little minute. I have the shade 5. It is too light for me, but I'm okay because I'll just warm it up with, you know, cream bronzer like jazz. Everything's too light for me right now. We're going into summer and apparently I've gotten a tan. As you're watching this, my husband has returned, but he's currently away for like 10 days. He's gone on a boys trip and I am lost without my husband. I mean, say what you want about me and that statement. I don't care, he's my best friend. So I'm just kind of like wandering around the house, just like, I mean, I've got things I've got going on. I've got friends coming over and all that kind of stuff, but like, I'm just like, oh. So I'm feeling a bit lost, but what it does mean at least is I have no one kind of like, you know how you just kind of at night hang out with whoever's in your household or whatever. And so if there's no one in your household, you just kind of do different things. So I'm like, oh, well, now I get to do makeup like 24/7 at the moment, so that's one exciting thing. Concealers I'm going to use are the KVD Good Apple concealers in the shade 111 and 122. Mixed together, they kind of make a really good shade for me. Just going to use a little bit. I haven't used these in a while. I've tried to pick some products today that I haven't really been like regularly using so that they can get some love. One of you guys once asked me like, how do I use my collection because it's quite large. I'm just as a side note while we're talking about this, I'm going to try the Refa 36 to blend out my concealer because it looks quite similar to the DK one that I love, the A506. So I'm interested to see how the natural hair will go. Yeah, one of you guys once asked me like how I kind of go through my collection and like make sure that I'm using all of my products and stuff. And I just really try. One of the great things about being someone like me who loves change and hates kind of routine is that a large collection actually does get used for me because I just regularly am rotating products through. I never really use the same product 2 days in a row unless I'm trying to use it up or I'm just really obsessed with it. For that moment, because I genuinely do love trying different things constantly and trying different concoctions together and working out, especially with products. This brush has done a really wonderful job as a side note, especially like with products that, like for example this Eldridge foundation, like I worked and worked and worked. I told you guys when I got this and I didn't like it that I was going to find a way to make this work for me, and I really have. And I think the biggest thing for that has been, you know, trying different concoctions together and all that kind of stuff. It helps my setup. I don't know if you guys saw my recent like organizing my makeup collection video, but I have this like 6-drawer IKEA setup and it allows me to lay out every single one of my makeup products that I own so that I can visually see everything I own at one go for a particular product. And I find that that is really important for me because if I can see everything, then I'm consciously making sure that I'm like cycling through and using products. So yeah, that's kind of how I do it. I was actually going to use the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer, but I am actually going to change that because I'm looking so freaking ghostly. I'm going to use the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt stick in the shade Light. The Charlotte Tilbury one is lovely, but it's very grey. It's like a contour for me. And because this foundation is too light for me, I just also need a little bit of warmth to kind of make the shade work for me. Let's try... Do I want to try this brush for this? Yeah, let's just try this one. This is the Refa 37. It's so soft. Let's just see how it goes. I just adore Refa brushes so much. I actually have some Sonia G brushes in my cart to try as well because you guys always rave about her brushes. They're just really expensive. So I've got them sitting there ready to buy and I'm just like waiting to just have enough courage to press checkout, you know. Other exciting news, I am splurging on myself because I realized I haven't done it in a really long time and I am going to get in a little spa day, like a, you know, couple hours spa package on Tuesday next week because, okay, I like this brush but it's a little bit too small. It just doesn't blend out as quickly as I would like. So I'm just going to switch to my Refa 31. I might like this full like cream blush better actually. Yeah, so I'm we have a spa called Stephanie's here in where I live in Queensland, and I'm going there. They've got like a spring kind of package going where it's like a foot bath and exfoliation, I think, and then a neck, shoulder and head massage, and then a facial, and then I think it's I don't know. There's something else in there, like a massage and all that jazz as well. So I am that blimmin' excited for it because it has been a while since I've done it. It's one of those things that I love spending money on, but also really struggle to spend money on because obviously it's, you know, it really is a treat yourself kind of thing. And I thought I would treat myself to it while my husband is on a boys trip and I'm justifying it with that. So that's what we're doing. Powder. Let's do under eye powder. I'm just gonna take my Laura Mercier brightening powder. I'm actually gonna try this one. I'm gonna try the Refa 33 as my under eye brightening brush. Or my under eye powder brush is actually, it's probably a little bit small, but I like how soft it is. This will be a really good, for those of you that like one and dones, like shadows, get this brush. It's gonna be perfect for a one and done. For the rest of my face powder, I'm gonna take the Kosas Cloud Set in Breezy. I don't think I've used this on my channel for a bit. 105, still one of my favorite powders of all time. And I'm just gonna press this. You know who's sending me PR randomly? Is Alter Ego. So actually a couple of you guys have asked me to do this before and I thought these would make some good video ideas. Is Alter Ego, if you haven't heard of them, is the brand that basically does duplicates or does like eyeshadow palettes that are dupes of like Natasha, Denona and stuff. So they're sending me, I think 4 palettes they said for me to try out and see what I think of them and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool. So I thought I'll probably do a couple of videos with them, like, you know, comparing them to the real ones and, you know, see the quality and all that kind of stuff. And then that way, if they're good quality, for those of you that might be looking for something that's a little bit cheaper but same, they might work really well for you. So we'll see how they go. I am going to take my BK A507. I really like this for bronzer, and my Haus Labs bronzer. This is in the shade Light Level 3, and I do really, really like this bronzer. It's lovely. Let's quickly do brows. I'm just taking my Gimme Brow from Benefit. So, have you guys bought anything in the Sephora sale if you're from Canada/America? What have you bought? I haven't found that there's been, like normally around this time of the year I get really excited about holiday releases and stuff, but I haven't seen anything this year that I'm like, oh, I really need that. I think there is some good sets out there. For sure, like I think Milk Makeup has a couple of good sets. I really always like the Tatcha and like fresh skincare sets and all that kind of stuff. I think they're always really good value and a good deal. This is just the NYX Control Freak Brow Gel, by the way. But yeah, I haven't really seen anything that I'm personally like gunning to pick up. I think everything I've kind of wanted to pick up, I have, unless something new gets released. Apparently that new Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette, I don't know if you guys have seen the sneak peek of it, that apparently is coming out in mid-November and everyone's loving on that. I don't know if it's just the photos that I've seen of it. I'm gonna take for highlight today, by the way, these two from the My Dream Natasha Denona face palette. I don't know if it's just the photos that I've seen of it, but I do like the look of it. I do want to get it, but I'm not as amazed by it as a lot of people seem to be. I think it looks quite light. I'm nervous that it's not going to show up very well on deeper skin tones. That's probably my biggest concern with it. But we'll see. I'll see what happens when she kind of releases the promo pics. I'm just going into the powder now. It's disappointing that it got released before. I mean, it's in Sephora in Europe, so I get that like they're going to take pictures of it, but I think she should have just released the pics of it for the rest of the world now because, you know, she hasn't been able to control that initial launch and that initial picture. So we'll see what it looks like, but I'm obviously going to get it. I'm obviously going to review it, but yeah, I'm interested to see what it looks like in person because it doesn't look like it's going to be that inclusive, but it might make a really, really lovely companion piece to the first retro palette, so we'll see. One of the Christmas holiday packs that I did pick up was this one from NARS, and I really wanted this. I've been waiting for it to get released in Australia, and it's this one. This is the Behave like blush trio set from NARS. So it came with a mini liquid one, this little stick one, which I can't see myself getting too much use out of if I'm honest, and like a mini blush. And I just really like the tones of these blushes, and I've wanted to try their liquid one for so long. So when I saw this set, I was like, this is really the perfect time for me to try these products, and I really like the shade of it. So I'm just gonna pop a little bit of this one onto the back of my hand. It's really liquidy, so I can't really like lift it up, and I'll just work it into my sponge. And oh yeah, that's really nice. It's very lightweight. It's like just melts into the skin, this formula. I haven't tried the NARS liquid blush formula. I know it went viral on TikTok, and I can actually see why, because it just melts really seamlessly. Like you can't even tell that there's a product on the skin. Wow, that's really nice. I really like that. Okay. I really like the shade too. It's very neutral and wearable. Let's go ahead and pop the powder one on top, shall we? I'm just gonna actually try, I've just wiped the excess product off this one. I'm just gonna try the Refa 37. Why not, hey? Yeah, that's a nice brush. Don't worry if it looks crazy, I've still got to set my face so it'll dim down a little bit. Okay, setting spray. I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury one. I have like nothing left in here. I reckon this one might nearly do it for it. So let's see how we go. I just sprayed onto my sponge first. Yeah, that blush is lovely. Absolutely lovely. Lower lash line. Let's do lower lash line. Delium Tools 777. I'll go into the yellow. Just on a pencil brush, I'll go into a little bit of the blue. Nice. In a corner, I think I'll just go into like this one again. I really like this shade. This is beautiful. I'm just gonna pop my Melt Cosmetics Olive Liner on the bottom waterline. I would put a black on the top, but I don't want to. And then I'm gonna take my Ilia mascara. I'm just trying to use this up, to be honest with you. I don't love it. I'm not gonna purchase the full size. It is a good lightweight mascara though, so if you want something that's really, really, really natural and easy to come off at the end of the day, then I just got it there, but that's fine, I'll fix it. Let's take the Victoria Beckham Lip Definer. This is number 1. And then let's take Victoria Beckham Girl. And I might just pop a little bit of the My Dream lip gloss in the center. Let me go put my hair topper on. If you don't know, I suffer from hair loss and wear alternative hair. And then we'll zoom back, finish this up, and you guys will see the finished look. So 2 seconds. Finished makeup look. What do you guys think? I really, really like it, actually. I really wasn't sure about this coming together, but it actually has pulled together so lovely. I really like it. I would 100% wear this out. It is honestly really, really pretty to me. I am so happy I picked up these singles. They are beautiful. I truly love this color story. This color story is inspiring to me. I want to play with it. It makes me have fun with it. I love the blushes. I think this is a great product if you haven't tried these liquid blushes from NARS. Woo! That is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Overall, I love how the makeup look turned out though. It's lovely in my opinion, but I'll be interested to hear what you guys think below. And yeah, that is it. Let me know your thoughts. If you're watching to this point, you know you're an absolute legend. I appreciate you so, so much. Thank you truly. If you haven't already, pretty please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps my channel out so much. I truly appreciate it. And other than that, I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.